welcome on stage Arkadiy Dobkin, CEO, President and Chairman of the Board, EPAM Systems.
Thank you. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. And while we really appreciate it, I still feel the need to explain why we are here. And I think the simple answer will be, as you know already by now, that EPAM is a diamond sponsor for this event. But I think there is a hope, there is a better answer. And as Lorenzo mentioned today, digital transformation and digital solutions are key enablers for the sustainable energy development with progress at scale. And a few days ago, it was announced that EPAM becomes Baker's key collaborator specifically in digital and AI space. And I think the story which we would like to share are very relevant today, because what actually the enablers to make digital solution and digital transformation scalable by itself. So with this, I would like to, forgot to click, to introduce very quickly who we are, because most likely you never heard our name before. And EPAM was born in 1993. It's a US-based IT services company with 55,000 people across many countries. And what's important is that 100% or almost 100% of our revenue actually directly related to digital transformation and building the digital solution. And what also important that during the last 2 decades, it was only few years when we were not growing. On average, our growth was way over 20% all of these years. So in short, EPAM is a global leader in software product engineering, experience build, and design services space. And I think it makes sense to very quickly to explain what actually the complexity of building digital solutions and what it takes and what actually capabilities necessary there. So industry solutions coming clearly from very deep understanding and some type of know-how and IP which is unique. But then you need to understand actually the whole ecosystem of existing legacy or new software packages, accelerators, but also cloud and AI infrastructure. And after this, you need to start to ideate, you need to go through inception part, and then starting to build on top of this. And build and integrate and extend functionality with the quality of expected to be, which is coming from enterprise level traditional software packages, because otherwise users are not going to use it. And then there is a hope that this product or solution or platform will be born. But then the question how to do it at scale. And here I am benefiting from Baker Hughes shared with us from definition point of view, and I think it's very on target. Because progress at scale is not just rapid growth. It's actually nimble, efficient, and manageable growth. It should be steady. It should be constant progress. It should be constant improvement. And to visualize this, I think paradigm of the stairs is very relevant. And no matter how steep it's going to be, if you're successful, you need to make sure that you're not falling back. Now, what the challenges of this progress at scale, specifically for digital? I think there are many of them, and some of them very, very common. But there are a couple which are very unique, and one is very important. From uniqueness point of view, I think it's a general lack of product visions and software engineering excellence. The second one, you need to navigate something which is changing very quickly, which is technology. In technology, digital technology, kind of so fast changing in the time, probably dozens times than traditional physical one. And the third one, which I probably don't need to explain in this audience, which is geopolitics and markets and social change. And I think here comes in the relevance of our own story, and I will use it and start it from this picture, which showing our first global delivery office in the basement of this apartment building in Minsk, Belarus. And then we were lucky for the next 10 years to focus on very specific client base. And this client base was software companies, software product companies from best of the world and startups. And we were helping them to build products, but we also were learning how to do the proper product engineering, what it means to come up with the right ideas. And then we continue for the next decade, focusing practically exclusively on the same client base, but we added digitally born companies. And we were helping to build products for the largest and best digital natives, understanding their business models, but also understand what it does mean to build platforms flexible and scalable. And then we entered some specific industry segments, and we started to experiment how to help these companies to build platforms which allow them to compete with each other, but also with some digital natives as well. And almost a decade was taken for this. And then finally, we started to scale this. And this is how we addressed a couple challenges. First of all, understanding what it means to build products with the necessary excellence and reliability, how to navigate the waves of the change. And by the way, strategically, 30% of our revenue today still in this type of segment because we're constantly improving our skills. It's also helped us to grow. During the last decade, we grew EPAM more than 10 times. But it didn't protect us to dealing with some unexpected things. And I know that audience here dealing with many of the things all the time, but I think our case is slightly unique because on February 2022, we found ourselves in the situation that 30,000 plus EPAMers, or 60% of our talent, happened to be in these three countries. And during the next months, we were not only closing our operation in Russia, but also moving 12,000 people plus families to dozens of other countries. But what's important that during this period, we didn't stop working for one day. No one day of client interruption, with 60% impact on our talent base. How is it possible? From one point of view, I don't know. From another point of view, I think we really benefit from enabling our resiliency in continuously progressing at scale during the previous 25 years, when we started to build our own digital platforms. Platforms for understanding people very deeply, what they're doing, how to continuously educate them, and how to put real innovation in our delivery, and tightly integrated it all together. And no, I'm not going to explain all this architecture and how it's connected, but I think I wanted to highlight complexity of this and highlight that constant, continuous investment. Today we have our software lab, which builds in this and bringing new features in real time, which consists of more than 1,000 people. So, and that's probably why when Baker decided to capitalize on the industry know-how and build new platform, they selected EPAM, and we become key part of the development of Lucipa and went through all these stages which we mentioned before. And besides that, you can see this digital meta-humans around this venue, which can help understand what's happening during the event, but also bringing some art of possible in digital platforms which in main focus on Baker Hughes today, like Lucipa and Cordant and digital delivery. And actually showing what's possible to do with this when end-to-end story would be realized. I think in short, while we're working in different industry, there are a lot of common things. And focus on talent, focus on systems and understanding of them very deeply. Focus on rewarding execution excellence, and really not giving up on vision and mission would allow us to become much more resilient and navigate all the changes around us. And without resiliency, it's practically impossible to progress at scale. Thank you.